Hello guys, this is Sandra here. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. It's lovely to have you here. So today I'm gonna have a new episode for my Use Them shadows, and in this series basically I take one of my eyeshadow palettes each Friday and show you a look that I can create with it, just to make sure that I cycle through all my palettes really. Because I don't want to shop my stash style where I just pull one randomly, or I don't want to use them for a long period of time, but this way I still make sure that I use all of them. And this week it's one of my Pando's palettes. It's the Balm Nude'tude. Now this is such a classic. It's been around for YouTube on so long, and I also use this on my cheeks for a highlight. I use this for my eyebrows, so it's a really nice versatile palette. And in this Wednesday's video you would have seen the update for this already, so I'm not spoiling anything. But basically I wanted to make sure that I get in a tutorial with this before I use up a lot of the shades. I love this palette. If you want to see my update for my Pando's palettes, I'm gonna link them here so you can check it out for yourself. But now, without any further blabbering, we're gonna just jump into the tutorial part. So as usual, my eyes are already primed with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer, and first I'm gonna go in the shade Sexy, and I'm gonna use a really small dense brush, dip it in the shade, tap it off because there's quite a lot of colour on them, and I'm gonna keep my eyes slightly open and just pat this above my crease and give my eyes a rough shape. And I know it looks horrendous at the moment, but don't worry, we're gonna get there. That will do for now. Then I'm gonna take a blending brush. I took the MAC 217 and I'm gonna dip it in the shade Stubborn, which has a little bit of a sheen to it, but not too much. But that's why if you look at the other eye, it turns it a bit more frosty, which is not my favorite. But the only other matte shade in this palette that's lighter would have been Sultry, which one is brown, which I don't want. Two, I don't have that shade anymore. So Stubborn is the one a lighter pinkier shade that sort of works, and you will see it turns it a bit more frosty, which I guess is fine. It just not my favorite, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do if you want to make sure that you only use one palette. And to be fair, it works. I just have to go back later with a little bit more of the brown. But for now, I'm just gonna make sure that we buff this out so there are no super harsh edges anywhere. So let's see how it became a lot more brown and frosty rather than that burgundy color, which is fine. I'm gonna do a bit more blending. And now I'm gonna go back with the brush that we used before and first just apply whatever product is left on it, because it's a dark color. And see, there's still quite a lot left on it. Okay, now I dip back a little bit, just for the outer corner. And then I'm gonna use the MAC 217 again to blend without any additional product on it. And to me, this is quite a dark eye. I don't usually go this dark, but it's fine. Now, I'm gonna again go back into Sexy and build a little bit more. And this would have been so much easier if I just have a matte light pink. That was always my only problem with this palette, as much as I love it. But I don't feel like there are many light shades to blend with that are matte. Sultry was the only one. For now that's fine, and I'm gonna go in with a flat packing brush in the shade Standoffish, and I'm gonna apply this to the inner half of the lid. Such a nice shade. I feel like this is a really throwback, old school kind of look, but maybe I just feel like it because it's a bit cool toned, it's a bit frosty, and it's a bit dark. But you know, gotta do what you gotta do. So go back in that shade. Then I go back in Stubborn and apply it more on the outer corner. Take the blending brush, blend it a bit, and then take a bit more of Sexy on the brush that we used originally to add back more depth. And there's a teeny tiny bit of fallout, it's nothing too bad. And go back in to define it. Again, go for the MAC brush or whichever blending brush you use and blend it. And if you want to make it even darker, you can always go in with the black shade, but I did not want to. And then go back in with my MAC brush, and at this point I'm not adding any more color on it, I'm just using it to blend. Just wipe away the fallout. And then I went back with my finger and just dipped it in Standoffish once again and just patted it on with my finger because it gives an extra bit of glow. And then one last time just go back in with the MAC brush and blend. And then if you need to, you can go back in with the brush or whatever you use for concealer just to shape it a little bit. As a next step, I took a little blending brush. This is the Morphe B16 and I dipped it in the black shade called Serious. You only need the smallest bit, and as you can tell it there, it's just the smallest bit of smudged out liner. But it adds a bit more depth to the look. Once I was done with that, I went back again with my MAC 217 just to blend over that line, make sure it's nice and smoky. Like so. For the lower lash line, I just took a slanted brush and dipped it first into Stubborn and blended that all under my lower lash line. This doesn't do a lot, but it gives it a little bit of definition. And then for the outer corner, I dipped it back into Sexy and blend it just right there at the outer edge. And if you feel like it needs a bit connecting, then just take the blending brush and, well, blend. Then I took a flat brush and first dipped it into Snobby and applied it for all under my brow, just on the brow bone. And to make an even stronger highlight, because we already went with the whole frosted theme, I dipped it into Sassy and applied it just on the arch. And then again, I applied Sassy in the inner corner of my eyes as well. And it brightens it up so much. Check that out. Next step, I'm just gonna apply some mascara and then we're back for a liner. Now at this point it looks a tiny bit darker on the eye, so I dip back in with a little bit of Sexy, not a lot. And just apply a bit more there. take the MAC 217, no extra product, a little bit of blending. And now they look the same. To finish it off, I applied a liner in my waterline because I felt like it will tie the look together just a little bit more, and if it's already smoky, why not? Camera, come on. And I went in with the Kiko Kohl pencil in the shade 11, which is just this dark purpley shade. And there we go. I just feel like it helps to pull the look together just a bit more. So that's the finished look. I feel like for me this is quite unusual. It looks really grey toned even though we used a burgundy shade. And it's because I used a cool toned light, slightly frosty pink. So, you know, this is what it came out with, and I'm usually a lot more of a warm toned kind of person. But that's okay. Everything that I used on my complexion as well, I will leave in the description box below if you want to know. And also on my cheeks as a highlight. Look at that. It's still the same palette. So I used the shade, hold on. I used the shade Sassy, Snobby and Standoffish to get that gorgeous highlight on the cheeks. So, you know, it works as a highlighter as well, and I just wanted to make sure that, you know, show you how versatile this palette is. Also, on my eyebrows, I used the shade Sleek, which is a dark brown shade. So if you want to travel with this palette, it's quite versatile. Yeah, the only thing I miss is really a lighter blending shade. And I know that there was one shade which was Sultry, which was like a really nice, lighter, cool tone brown that was perfect for the crease. But again, that was the only lighter shade as well that you can use, and there are so many dark shades like this burgundy one that we used. Then you have the black, you have the brown. So I just feel like, you know, I could have used one more shade that's lighter, maybe like a pinky one, because you have all these gorgeous pinkier tones here in the burgundy. So I feel like that would have pulled it together a lot more. But altogether I'm happy with my look. I just feel like it's a really throwback look, but maybe it's because I had this palette for so long. It's one of my oldest palettes in my collection. Maybe that's why. I don't know why I took such a big breath there. But basically, I just wanted to make sure that I show you a tutorial with this before I use it all up, because it's part of my Pando's palette. So if you want to see that project, I will link it in the cards. But other than that, that's it for today. My hair is really flat for some reason, but I hope you enjoyed this video anyway. If you did, please give it a like and please consider subscribing to my channel. It would mean so much to me. I have new videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and I have the occasional Saturday videos as well. But for now I'm gonna go. I hope you have a lovely day, and bye bye.